Alrighty, and ending the week out strong, at least in my opinion. I know he hates to hear that, but we have Golden's card. Alrighty, Eric.
Long frickin' Ron versus main event Mario. There's a triple threat. The winner of this triple threat match will go on to face Jasmine and Min Minion in a triple threat match for the Ultimate World Championship.
And we know as of last week, Gil Fistman definitely thinks that he is gunning for that spot.
He's in this triple threat.
He is and he thinks he's a shoo-in. And, he said last week that he's looking forward to his match with Jasmine, almost as if this triple threat's not even happening.
Yeah. And, I do have one thing that is quite exciting. Like I said, Wednesday, two championships will be, two champions will be crowned. Two new champions will be crowned at the Classic Clash on Sunday. And for Golden, the championship is called the Melee Mayhem Championship. Dice, I don't know if you remember the Melee Mayhem match stipulation where they're locked inside of a steel structure with weapons galore and they just go at each other.
Oh, okay.
That is the only way the Melee Mayhem Championship can be defended. And we have four contenders who will be going into that match at the Classic Clash that are facing off tonight in a fatal four-way just to get the people pumped for the match.
Oh, definitely giving us something to look forward to in the future and a little piece of it here tonight. But without further ado, the Golden card. Alrighty, and going into the first match here tonight, we have a singles match scheduled for one fall, but that is not even as near as important as the story that leads up to this match, as Mario and Lonk Rollins have had one hell of a back and forth over the last couple weeks, Eric.
Absolutely, and the record right now as it stands, main event Mario 2 wins to Lonk frickin' Rollins is 1. If you ask me, Lonk Rollins cannot walk away the loser here if he wants to be taken seriously by the boys in the locker room.
Yeah, and if I know anything about 2 out of 5 rules, the third win is the final
That's
win.
it. That's a decisive. That'll mean the main event Mario is now, regrettably, the greatest brother in the Rollins family.
Jesus Christ, Lonk, please win this.
God help us all.
Alrighty, in main event Mario taking his massive stance here at the beginning and not taking a second to let Lonk get it through his head that he's going to have any time to think here in this match.
Lonk able to pick up, though. He did accidentally bomb himself in the early goings of the matchup, but he does seem to be recovering right now.
Yep, doing a lot more damage to Mario than he did to him, using that massive size advantage at the beginning of the match.
Both bombs on the field right now.
Yep, both bombs on the field. To the left is main event Mario's, which he seems to have hit himself with.
Lonk didn't hit anyone with his, but better than hitting yourself once again.
Yep, definitely. Alrighty, Mario's not looking good.
No, and there's the stock!
Never mind, not even able to say what percent because he's at 0, down to his second stock, as Long frickin' Rollins is definitely taking it personally. These last couple weeks have been...
How could they not? These two have an absolute disdain for each other.
I mean, hell, on live television, they've had it out everywhere you can think of, backstage, on TV. It's gotten to the point where even other members of other rosters are coming in to give them a piece of their mind.
Yeah.
I mean, just last week, main event Mario lost his opportunity, and we had B. Steve come backstage to give him a piece of his mind.
Champion, yeah.
Yeah.
Shared his thoughts as Lonk gets the second stock, and he has the smash ball in play. This is looking very bad for main event, quote unquote, Mario.
Oh my goodness!
That's the final.
Ooh, and that might have just been enough to have put Mario in the hospital, Eric, as Lonk is still on his third stock.
This is precarious situation, but he does get that stock off.
Alright, managing to save himself a
hospital bill.
Yeah, visit with the doctor, dentist himself. But main event Mario is looking not very good for wear as Lonk is seeking out to put this match in the history books and move on to the finale.
Yeah, not slowing down whatsoever. He is looking to tie them up to bring it to that fifth match, which will ultimately decide the greatest in their bloodline.
And what way better to do it,
Yeah.
Really to put these two to the test. 2 wins and 1 decisive victory to finally decide which one is the best. So, that's what Lonk's looking to do here today. He doesn't want to come out at a massive 3-1 loss to Lonk to Mario.
That would hurt.
It would hurt. I definitely would not want to be known as the guy that lost 3 times to main event Mario.
Oh, good lord. How was Mario able to... How is he still standing? He secured the second stock.
All right, he's on his final stock, able to secure 2 in a row, hitting his final off on Lonk Rollins, who's definitely not looking good. Ooh, 127%. Lonk is at 51. You know, Mario's definitely not looking good, but I'm saying that Lonk's not looking good right now.
Mario
either.
building up momentum in the late going to this matchup. Lonk trying to hit this final. He does secure the win.
Oh, thank goodness, as we have finally seen the feud brought to its breaking point, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put this in perspective for you. This is it. 2-2. 2 to Mario and 2 to Lonk. There is only one more to go. There's no sleight of hand on this one, folks. One more match to decide who is the greatest in the Rollins family. And Lonk, thank God you won today.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It got a little precarious at the end there. I thought for a second that Mario was going to get a reverse 3-stock, which not only would have gave him the set out of the 5, but would have sent Lonk to the hospital.
And what worse way to end that story to not only know that you're worse than main event Mario, but you're in the hospital learning that.
Absolutely. But that was an incredible match, and I am looking forward to number 5.
Alrighty, and once again, following up on the off-the-walls storyline that has developed here between Lil Nicky and Mac Dijon, as they have fought no walls with walls, and have decided to come together today to meet in the middle and fight with fragile walls.
Yeah. Which I think is a little bit more fair to both. We obviously disagree on the victories that these two have had over one another, but now I think we can agree that no matter what happens, the better man will have won.
Well, you know, what better way to see what happens than finally ended out on this third match, putting both of them in their element.
Yeah, and you know what I heard is that General Manager Anim Pearce said that the winner of this match will immediately become the #1 contender to be Steve's Wii Universal Championship.
Ooh. And
so a lot is on the line.
Yeah, definitely lighting a fire underneath these two competitors.
These two very familiar with one another, fighting not only for their pride, but an opportunity to become champion. As Mac gets him up against the wall, Nicky... Oh, but the wall breaks open. This favors Nicky, as you would say, so he can cheat and get him outside of the ring.
Yeah, in fact, it looks like he's going for that tactic right now. But, you know, Mac has had 2+ weeks to deal with this, Eric. And oh my goodness!
How does that a cheat one, huh? He broke him through the wall. That's absolute power.
Well, if you would have let me continue, I was going to say, but that's still not enough time to make up against raw power, which Lil Nicky does have a bit of. But he's not going to be able to rely on those cheap tricks to associate with that raw power. This is where he needs to prove himself as a combatant.
Yeah, and he seems to be doing pretty good in the early goings, but Mac Dijon does not give up. He does not let up. He's going to give Nicky everything he has as he charges in with an ultra combo.
Ooh, and that barrage of blows might just be enough to stop Nicky in his tracks and give him a second to reconsider his situation here in this match as the KO punch is ready. Ooh, he takes it away from him.
Taken away.
You hate to see it, but Lil Nicky is at his second stock. Mac Dijon not looking good, flying out of the ring, able to get his feet back underneath of him.
Yeah, Nicky has Mac Dijon flying everywhere right now. He is in absolute control of this matchup.
But, you know, it's just one slip-up that allows...
Oh, and look who slipped up. The 5-time blah, 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 whatever. It doesn't matter when you're up against a genius.
Well, you know, in the current day and age, there's been a lot of slip-ups in boxing, if you ask me, Eric. But Mac Dijon is a gem in and of himself. And if there's one person that I don't expect to put away someone who's not a boxer... It's Mac Dijon. Yeah, well, I mean, there's also some other guys that put away people.
Oh, and look at this! I just hope that in the post-match interview, they don't see Mac Dijon's ass hanging out as Nicky takes the win!
Oh, you hate to fucking see it, Eric. But
who does? Me?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of people who actually would like to see a boxer lose to MMA fighters and other people that don't do boxing when he decides to put himself in matches against them. So at the end of the day, I kind of get why people would be happy that this match ended up this way. But I just wanted the goddamn fighting champion to keep on fighting like a champion, Eric. Do you blame me?
Hey, I mean, I can't blame you, but, you know, he's out of his element here. Let it be age, let it be, you know, a completely different form of combat. This is a young man's game, and the younger man was Lil Nicky. I'm seeing deja vu. I'm seeing double. I don't know why, but that was an impressive victory for the #1 contender to the Wii Universal Championship, Lil Nicky Rollins.
Yeah, if you consider walking a 58-year-old man around a victory, that's fine. Alrighty, and going into it, we have a triple threat match. Not only that, but the winner of this match will be joining Jasmine and Min Minion at Classic Clash for a chance at the championship, Eric.
The Ultimate World Championship will be contended at the Clash of Clash in a triple threat match. And I'm just going to say it right now. I don't like Doc's odds here.
Alrighty, well, let's look at this lineup. So we have the monster, Gil Fistman, going up against
Fist of Fate. And then you have
Anger Incarnate itself, Insuror. And stuck in between there like an unfortunate filling of an Oreo that no one would ever eat is the PhD genius himself,
Dr. Dentist.
Dr. Dentist.
This is looking like it'll pan out like a Jerry Springer episode. Trying to, you know, mediate between these two behemoths is not the go-to here, Doc. You better run for your life and let them duke it out like the kaiju that they are.
Yeah. Alrighty, starting off here, you have to wonder how Doctor got himself into this situation. But if I had to throw a theory out there, Eric, it's that after what happened on the inaugural episode of Doc's Talks, he's trying to figure out how he can mediate two absolute powerhouses while he's trying to keep them from killing each other.
Yeah, I think that this would be a good place to start with Anger Incarnate, who
just
took a fat L, and God's Fist of Fate, who are very likely the most dangerous men on the Golden roster.
Yeah, God's Fist of Fate, Gil Fistman is a man not to be messed with, as you don't see him in very many matches here to begin with, because we're a bit scared of what he's going to do to our roster, honestly.
Insuror just used Gil like a weapon to smack the Doc. That was impressive.
Yeah, if there's one thing your PhD is not going to prepare you for, it's that one, Doc.
Gil Fistman absolutely teeing off on Anger Incarnate and Dr. Dentist, getting Insuror down to 1 stock.
Oh my goodness, the Anger Incarnate definitely needs to turn up that anger as he's... Oh, he catches the Doctor! Oh, the Doctor takes the brunt of his fury! Oh my god! Jesus! Oh my goodness! Does he have a degree in chiropractic? Because that was insane.
He's definitely gonna need... if he doesn't, I don't know how you do chiropractic on yourself.
If anyone would know, it would be Doc.
It would be Doc. Anger Incarnate able to take a stock off of Gil Fistman. Things are looking up for Insuror right now. If he could just stay out
there's
of the way.
Doctor catching both of them with his final. That's going to put one of them away.
Insuror's gone! He's out of this match! Either Gil Fistman or Dr. Dentist will be going on to the Classic Clash.
Ooh, Dr. Dentist able to slip behind Gil as he winds up that fist to put him away. Ooh, but he's going to need to do a lot more. Oh my god, the monster that is Gil Fistman unleashes his fury.
Now down to his last stock is Dr. Dentist, as Gil Fistman doesn't seem to want to let up whatsoever, looking to edgeguard the Doc.
And we've seen a lot of edge guarding this week, as it seems the side of the ring is where the most deciding stock exchanges happen.
I agree 100%. As Gil Fistman now getting back towards the middle of the ring, this is usually where the fight goes on in his favor. But Dr. Dentist able to scout him. Probably because he has so much experience treating the damages that Gil Fistman has done on people. He knows when they're coming as he takes Gil Fistman down to his last stock.
Yeah, exactly to what you were saying. He knows what parts to protect and he knows which parts to look out for. He's got his final, a very powerful final, to take out Gil Fistman with. If he gets him off the side of the edge far enough off screen, hits him with it, he could just put it away without even doing that much damage to him. But it's just about where he's going to place it. Ooh, there was an opportunity there. He needs to get on the other side of him, Eric.
Oh, and he was
the big boot!
He didn't get the opportunity. The stock, the final smash ran out, and Gil Fistman took immediate advantage, kicking Dr. Dentist in the teeth. He's going to need a dentist.
Now, we did know this going into this. Gil Fistman was completely confident in his abilities to win here today, as he promised that him and Jasmine were going to have a hell of a matchup when they found themselves in the ring together, and he has paid it forward today. But that is not to take away from the 503% damage that the Doctor put into this match. And you have to wonder what was going on with Insuror here today, Eric, as the Anger Incarnate did not seem like he was really putting that much forward in this match. At 179% and only taking out 2 opponents, 1 stock off of each of them.
I think he needs to take a big look in the mirror. I think he needs to get a control over that anger. It seems to be costing him in his matches lately. This used to be a monster, and now I'm starting to think he's not that much of a threat to anyone but himself.
Alrighty, and ending off tonight with the main event, we have a showcase match as the 4 competitors that we will be seeing compete for the championship in the Classic Clash are here today to show out and keep themselves in the limelight, to keep their abilities honed and themselves ready for what is coming up next Sunday, as we have
this Sunday,
yeah. My apologies, as we have Rehab Plant, Retep, Melina Rose, and Doodle D duking it out in a fatal 4-way.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoever wins this match going into that match on Sunday to become the first ever Melee Mayhem champion, they're going to have all the momentum on their side.
Alrighty, and getting started, we have a lot of bodies in the ring, and Doodle D equals out to almost 3 of them. Look at that big southern bastard up there swinging that mallet like it's nothing.
And it really is nothing to a man of his stature and his strength. As his other competitors, Rehab Plant, who is a very impressive individual. I'm pretty sure he had an impressive victory over Rebecca Caliber not too long ago. Then we have Retep the White Knight. Oh, God!
Rehab Plant was completely denied there the ability to get back into the ring more than 3 times. He just was desperately trying to get himself back on stage, but was unfortunately cost a stock in exchange for that.
Yeah, and, you know, like I was just talking up, Doodle D, he has a lot of power behind him. Rehab Plant is more of a tactician, but he is not exactly the most defensively capable.
Not very much, and especially when he was working through 3 bodies there at the beginning, it was just a recipe for disaster, and he was lucky he only lost 1 stock there. But
any man would struggle with that.
You know, Doodle D at the highest percentage, 116%, but not at the lowest stocks. But here we go with the ultimate ability. Oh my goodness, and there's even more mass in the ring now, Eric.
Catching both Melina and Retep, who both take L's, but Doodle D's still on 3 stocks.
129%. It might not remain on 3 stocks for very long, but he's still at a high advantage.
Retep able to catch Rehab Plant and Doodle D. I think it's safe to assume that they're both going bye-bye.
Oh my goodness, Rehab Plant is looking worse for wear. I think that L he took here at the beginning is falling off of the stage. It just took his momentum all out.
Oh, he didn't fall off the stage. He was sent off the stage by the big Texan, Doodle D.
And you know, Retep and Melina Rose both are catching L's too, as they just can't stay out of people's final
but
abilities.
Melina just got a big W, taking out Doodle D, and now catching Retep with her final stock.
Oh, showing off those
final smash.
Showing off those 4 feet for someone other than the Only Steves. Only Stands, my bad.
I'll be Steve. I'll be Stan. I'll be whoever the hell I need to be to get a little closer to Melina Rose.
All right, and she's definitely
just
showing
got
out.
footstool, and she is go. But Doodle D's stacking it.
Oh my God! Once again with the absolute denial. That seems to be the strategy of the match tonight, is people just are not able to recover themselves. Oh my goodness, Melina is getting the task taken to her.
She is getting pounded. Bam! Big hammer dropping down on her.
Okay, alrighty.
Now Melina securing her final smash, hitting I think that was Rehab Plant and Doodle D.
Uh-oh, she's busting out the feet for the job.
And she gets rid of Doodle D.
Alrighty, Doodle D is out of this matchup. The big
Melina gone now.
Uh-oh, Melina not able to recover. It comes down to Rehab Plant and Retep. Rehab Plant, who is taking a bit of a slow approach to this match at the beginning, was able to hang in here until the end. Not able to get his final off. As Retep
pop his, he gets it. No way, the White Knight comes out on top.
Oh, there it is! Within
Wow.
104% on his final stock, Retep was able to just hang in there, as this was a very evenly set match, Eric. It really was, and I cannot wait to see how these 4 competitors compete at Classic Clash. At 496%, Rehab Plant was putting in work.
Absolutely.
377 behind him with Retep.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Retep was just playing it a little bit smarter, the White Knight, taking his time, knowing when the moment was right to strike, and it definitely gave him the edge over his opponents. But Melina Rose, Doodle Dee also, nothing to scoff at, maybe not as much damage, but you saw the match that I saw. They were absolutely involved in that battle. No hiding from those two.
We have 4 competitors that are all excelling in their own rights: durability, speed, strategy, and power. And I cannot wait to see how they clash at Classic Clash. Alrighty, thank you very much for joining us for the main event here tonight on Golden, and we will be seeing you next week as we continue AWW. But not only that, we will be seeing you this Sunday for the Classic Clash. Have a good night, folks.